Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the TMI show, the Ted Manila Information Show on this Weird News Wednesday. We're bringing that back today. All kinds of weird news to get to. I'm Manila Chan. Ted Rawl is sitting down after his potty break from between shows. There be Ted and the beautiful Clovis joining us. Robbie says we have an ad to get to right off the bat, so we should probably do that now before we get into all the weird news. And we do this. We see there was a story that Ted really wanted to do. Oh, look at Clovis. Just leave it on him. He's going to get all the clicks.
I know, it's true.
It's true. There's a story that Ted wanted to cover yesterday, and I was like, yeah.
Come on, we can do 16 hours on that subject.
We have to do it because it's Weird News Wednesday, and Ted is in love with this cornhole killer story.
Quadriplegic cornhole professional quadriplegic cornhole killer is the name of my new band.
Professional cornhole killer.
There's so many questions, and I'm going to ask
right
them
up there with the dead Kennedys, Ted. What a name. Cornhole killer. All right. Let's get to the ad, and then we'll jump to these stories, because Ted, I've never seen Ted press so hard to cover a story before.
True.
On this show. In like a year and a half. True. And even counting the Sputnik era, I've never seen Ted press this hard.
I couldn't believe you snubbed this story yesterday. I was like, what?
Because I view it as like a local story. I'm like, what? The DMV Metro.
Professional cornhole quadriplegic killer is an international, intergalactic story.
People do weird shit here. All right.
Local
it's
story.
DC, man.
Local story.
It's weird shit. It's the nation's capital. This is where all the weird shit comes.
I was going to say, if a local story happens in a city like Washington, it's very likely to become a national story.
Yeah, by virtue of this being the nation's capital. Like, I get it. Like, people are like, oh, it happened in the nation's capital. So it's everybody's story.
And you have media there. Right. It's like a New York story. A Chicago story there's not much media in Chicago, even though it's a major and great city. It's still like there's not a lot of media outlets there. So it's not likely to become... Yeah, and LA is Hollywood, so it becomes a thing. New York is a thing because it has Wall Street, and DC is the nation's capital. We have the weirdest freaks on Capitol Hill. So yeah, that's true.
Oh, they'll make you go crazy enough that you will self-immolate. It's true.
It is true.
It's apparently true. So
no, it's very true.
All right, let's get to this ad and then we'll get on to the stories. Okay, so you guys know they can freeze your accounts, shut off your cards, lock you out of your own money, just like that overnight. Banks don't protect you, they control you. That's why real financial freedom starts with ownership. Introducing Rumble Wallet, a non-custodial wallet built for people who refuse to give up control. With Rumble Wallet, you don't just buy digital currency like Bitcoin and Tether. You can own Tether Gold, real gold on the blockchain. Through Tether Gold, you get direct ownership of physical gold bars, each one fully allocated, verifiable by serial number, purity, and weight. This isn't paper gold. This ain't an IOU. This is real gold without bank vaults, storage fees, or the pesky gatekeepers. You can buy, sell, or move it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even when traditional gold markets are closed. And if you want Tether Gold, Tether Gold can be redeemed for physical gold as well. So that is power. And when you support creators on Rumble, you can tip them directly using Rumble Wallet. That's peer-to-peer and outside of mainstream banking systems. No permission, no middlemen, no cancel button. The wallet is yours forever. And with that, smash that like button and the share and the subscribe. And help the TMI show. Tip us some gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take
all the gold. We'll take all that. We could use that gold. Yeah. I'll be getting mine out in physical gold. Wouldn't you want yours in physical gold? To me, the whole point of gold is that, like, in a crisis, it's recognizable as something that's valuable. It's
Right,
like,
as currency
yeah, that to me
all
is the
around the
main
world.
reason. Yeah.
Well, Asians do that, you know that? Like,
Oh, I know.
I maybe not me. I'm, like Asian American being born here. I'm too westernized,
There's
I
no
guess.
gold at Manila's house, and she's heavily armed. Don't forget that.
That is true. I'm not into. I don't wear jewelry. Like, I don't like my wedding. I don't even wear. This isn't even my real like wedding band. Like, I don't like jewelry. But anyway, traditionally Asian. Oh, and speaking of that, local stories. Speaking of gold and Asians, so because Asian people tend to do that, they tend to invest in like physical gold. There has been a huge rash of in particular Asian home invasion robberies in the district metro because they've been targeting Asian American families because they think Asians have like a safe full of like 18 karat and 24 karat gold, which isn't entirely false. Like, I know a lot of it's more the immigrant community rather than like the people like me that were born here, raised here. Like, we're not really, I mean, some, I suppose, but generally speaking, our parents' generation, those are the folks that rather than buying stocks or putting it into a 401k or a Roth IRA, they buy gold. And so home invasion robberies have actually been on the rise here in the DMV metro. So, and shout out to our regular Santa Claus Ray in the Rumble Room, gifting another membership to the TMI show. Mr. Lee is the big winner today. Mr. A. Lee. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ray. All right, with that, let's get to these stories because I know Ted will do the whole hour on this one story.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Clear. Look, call in sick for the rest of your day because we have stuff to talk about.
All right. My story, this one, it's just news, not super weird, but it's something I've also been harping on for a long time, Ted, about like meta and child pornography and exploitation and all of that. So a jury in New Mexico has delivered a major blow to Meta, and the case could have ripple effects beyond this one state. After less than a day, Ted, less than a day of deliberations, that tells me that the jurors already knew where they sat on this, right?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
The case was presented to them and they were like, oh,
yeah, we know
this motherfucker.
We know what we're doing here. Yeah.
They're like, oh, this motherfucker, this vacant-eyed alien motherfucker.
True.
So we're talking about Zuck because Zuck took to the stand. And remember, he's got that LA case that's still going on too. But this one in New Mexico, jurors found that Meta violated New Mexico's consumer protections law by misleading users about the safety of its platform and failing to adequately protect children from exploitation and harm. The jury ordered Meta to pay a measly $375 million in civil penalties. I'm not being sarcastic. That is measly. This is $1 trillion company. It's valued. I mean, I can't even believe I'm saying like freaking Facebook is valued at $1 trillion with a T. So 375 mil, pish posh, piss change. The lawsuit was brought by New Mexico Attorney General Raul Torres, whose office accused Meta of allowing Facebook and Instagram to function as hunting grounds. Them's fighting words, Ted. Hunting grounds for predators while publicly insisting its products were safe for teens and children. We know it's not. The state argued
don't forget, you can't fucking call Facebook.
There's nobody to call.
There's no phone number. You can't call and say, hey, listen, there's this disturbing content that you need to be aware of and take down immediately. I mean, that to me is extreme negligence. I mean, we live in we know how to do. Facebook can set up a call center. They're choosing not to.
Right. Even if it's for show and you use AI to answer it, like, before you get to a human. Like, make an effort. He didn't even make an effort. So the state argued that Meta knew about the serious risks tied to child exploitation, tied to harmful content, and literally unsafe design features, and failed to act honestly or move aggressively enough to stop it. One of the most damaging parts of the case came from a 2023 undercover investigation. Very similar to, Ted, if anybody ever watched this stuff, I used to watch this regularly, To Catch a Predator.
Oh, yeah.
I used to
watch that.
I loved that show. He'd come out and be like, "Do you know who I am?"
Some people did.
Some people do. He's like, "I'm Chris Hansen, and you're on To Catch a Predator."
Now, what's funny to me is that people didn't just all run away.
I know, they were stunned. I think that's what it was. They were just.
Also, they thought they could talk their way out of it, right?
Yes. I think some of the dudes were stunned. They thought Chris Hansen was the girl's dad or whatever, and or he was a cop, or
all the more reason to run away, by the way.
I know, but there were deer in headlights. A couple of them ran away. Yeah. But that's basically what the state did here in 2023. They did an undercover Chris Hansen type investigation.
Yeah, that would not be a job for me. I would find the whole thing depressing from top to bottom.
Yeah, I know. Which, by the way, there is a documentary out on that. This is tangentially related, obviously, but there is something, I forget who made it, if it's on Netflix or Hulu or Peacock or something, but there's a streaming special about that series and why it got taken off the air, because somebody who was caught up in that show, the alleged predator.
It's basically a sting operation. Yeah.
Yeah. The alleged online predator offed himself while the cameras were rolling.
Yep.
That's how the show went off the air, and then there are subsequent lawsuits.
I know that's what happened, but I'm not really clear. It wasn't a live show.
No.
So why not just be like, well, we won't air that part.
I know. Well, they weren't even in there. They weren't like, the cameras weren't in there. The cameras went with the sheriff or whatever to go raid the guy's house. And I think the guy was like some doctor of some sort and had a big ranch, and they went to his ranch. And as they were about to serve the warrant papers, they knocked on the door and they heard a loud bang. But that never aired, so nobody ever really.
I'm not clear on why that caused them to cancel the show. Do you know?
But at any rate, after that, well, you got to watch the.
Well, did you watch it?
The documentary? I did. Okay,
and tell me. I'm not going to watch it. Just tell me.
So some of the kids that were. The young actors who played children look back, and they're about what they did and how actually dangerous it actually could have been for them.
Well, sure. I mean, it doesn't take a vivid imagination.
The only reason NBC pulled that off the air in the mid 2000s was simply because there were several lawsuits that followed. They were in litigation, and the family of that doctor guy was like suing them. So basically it just went off the air, like, because the suits at NBC said this isn't a good idea.
It's one problem too many or whatever.
Yeah. So we're just not going to do it anymore. And that was
the thing is, of course, obviously the big question, it was entrapment in that. And the big major criticism was that in many cases, these were people who probably under other circumstances would have never actually gotten, would
correct,
have never
maybe
assaulted anyone,
So there were several lawsuits.
Because the conceit was that basically, like, these fake underage people, usually girls, were contacting old gross dudes and saying, let's get together. The number of like underage girls who are interested in gross old dudes is zero. So yes. Like globally, like, and now and forever, right?
Yes.
There never will be.
If you're an older dude. And by older, we mean literally
if it was a guy who was only going to act on it if he was approached, well, that just literally never happens. I don't mean like virtually never, like illegal voting.
You're a 40-year-old man.
Never. So therefore,
if you're a 40-year-old man, get it out of your head that some 14-year-old girl is fantasizing, having daddy fantasies.
none.
It doesn't happen.
Zero. Never.
It doesn't happen.
It has never happened, never will happen. So
right.
so therefore,
some girl
if these
has
were
Electra complex or something.
so
like,
there's a huge and there is obviously a psychological difference between someone who would passively respond to a message like that versus someone who would seek out or grab or otherwise try to get with an underage girl.
Right. These men, there were lawsuits and a slew of them, as you correctly point out, Ted, that say basically what you're saying is like it was entrapment. It's like a honeypot thing, and that these guys, some of them did get to walk away from jail time.
It's sort of like a person who cheats on their spouse, right? Like there's the kind of person who would, like, sure, like if an insanely hot person came onto them and jumped their bones really hard, plied them with drinks, that they might like do something with that person. In fact, I think that's probably most people. But like that's a huge difference between that and someone who like goes online and looks for someone else or whatever.
Right. So
I mean, I think almost everyone is seducible. Under the right circumstances.
I don't know.
Anyone with a sex drive, anyway.
I don't think not everybody, not virtually anyone. Yes, but not.
I think almost anyone under the right circumstances, right?
We'll have to save that for another conversation because I don't know. I could dispute that. I'm somebody that's very much in control of my faculties and even the switch for horny, not horny.
Yeah, but if someone everyone's got something that makes them tick.
Uncontrollable.
Everyone's got like a magic button, and if you can figure out what it is, they're seducible.
Some people can flip. I can flip the switch for anything, and maybe that puts me at the borderline of like psychopathy, but
perhaps
that's fine.
I mean, you may be the exception, Manila, but I doubt that.
But there are people. No, there's really
someone who really knows you very well probably would be able to figure it out.
I've been in some situations where I've surprised myself where I'm like, wow, I said no. But anyway, going back to this.
Me too. But the point is, I think most people, I'm still going to stick to my theory here.
I would say most.
Almost everyone.
Most. But going back to this, so that's basically what they did was like this Chris Hansen style 2023. They did this Chris Hansen style thing in New Mexico. I don't know why that's allowed, and why wouldn't Meta countersue then, Ted, and be like, hey, the precedent is set right now with the Chris Hansen, Dateline investigates, whatever it was called, To Catch a Predator. Why wouldn't they have cited that? Maybe they didn't watch it.
What precedent could they set? I mean,
be like, hey, this is like you're setting us up for a sting. I don't know. But here's the rest of the story. And here's why I guess they can't use that as precedent. So investigators, they did the same thing. They created accounts posing as children under age 14. It's really young. And found that those accounts, Ted, 14 and under, so very young kids, like prepubescent kids,
who shouldn't be accounts on Facebook anyway.
So the prepubescent kids, these accounts were the ones that were most quickly exposed to sexually explicit material and then contacted by adults seeking inappropriate exchanges. So according to New Mexico, some of that evidence even led to criminal charges against individuals who interacted with the decoy account. So totally same thing as To Catch a Predator. And at trial, the prosecutors argued that this wasn't a moderation problem. It was a design. It's not a flaw. It's not a bug. Like, it's by design. They said it's a feature, not a bug. They said Meta built the platforms that maximized engagement, especially among its youngest users, while ignoring predictable consequences. Features like endless scrolling, recommendation systems, autoplay, and very, very weak age verification tools.
Yeah, you and I both know that's true.
You just click what year you're born. If you can do basic math.
Can you imagine if back in the day, like literally, it's like most like, are you over 18?
It's like when I would buy cigarettes.
Yes, I
am.
Oh.
It's like when I would buy cigarettes when I was like a senior in high school. I was 17. I was like, they're like, are you 18? Yes.
It's ridiculous.
18 and a half.
Totally ridiculous.
So Meta, for its part, says it strongly disagrees with the verdict and plans to appeal. The company argued in court that it has invested heavily in safety systems, content moderation, and protections for minors, and said the state cherry-picked the evidence while ignoring the scale and complexity of policing bad actors online. But still, the verdict is real. It's a big deal, not just because of the money, because that's, like I said, that's piss change for Meta, but because of what it represents. This is one of the clearest legal signals as of yet that juries are willing to hold these tech companies financially accountable, not just for what users post, and this is a question of Section 230, but how the platforms themselves are actually built and how they market them, because we know the marketing is full of shit. We know, like, it's everything they say. Oh, we care about community and whatever.
Give no shits at all.
Bullshit. And I've been saying forever, for like 10 years on RT, I've been doing reports forever about how children are literally being bought and sold on Facebook. I mean, I didn't partake in the purchasing or a sting, but
by the way, I think most people would pay money to get rid of their kids, but okay.
Yeah. But this is obviously not the end of it. The second phase of the case is ahead, where New Mexico is expected to seek additional remedies for this, Ted, including possible court order changes to how Meta's platforms, so this includes Instagram, the company-wide. So whatever Meta buys, this will be applicable to that. How the platforms operate, how they protect children going forward. In other words, it's not as simple as here, pay a fine and get on with your day. They might order them to change the algorithm, because how fucking awful is that, Ted? It over and over and over, the state was able to demonstrate that the accounts belonging to kids age 14 and under, so we're talking 8th grade and lower, were the profiles most sexually exploited.
Why would they need? I mean, the only thing I can think of legally, so it's really interesting. I threatened to sue the LAPD for libel because they posted stuff about me that wasn't true. And I did sue the LA Times. The LAPD did take it down. So that was a tacit admission that they were that they had lied about me. The LA Times did not take it down. My lawyer's theory was that they thought that the tacit admission would create legal exposure for them by taking it down. But so I wonder if that's what Facebook's attorneys, Meta's attorneys, thought, that like if they changed their practices, they would basically be conceding their guilt. But wouldn't it be smart to figure out some way to be like, well, for other reasons that have nothing to do with this, we've decided to do something, go in a different direction, as corporate America likes to say. Why not do that? Why not? I mean, like waiting for a verdict, like a third of $1 billion verdict to like change course seems really foolhardy to me. I mean, this is New Mexico. It's a fairly not populous state. I mean, imagine when these lawsuits start rolling in. Now they are. It's going to be like big tobacco. I mean, and like now people who are suing these
this
big
could be a watershed moment.
It will be. And the thing about these tech companies is they have a lot of exposure because, first of all, they are despised because of the way that they treat customers. So the juries don't like them.
Yeah. Adrian in the Rumble Room says, whose bright idea was it for Zuck to take the witness stand? Literally, someone could shoot him in broad daylight on Fifth Avenue and the jury would acquit.
Yeah, true. Democrats, Republicans, socialists, fascists, moderates would make no difference. Everyone would be like, bye, Zucky.
They'd free Luigi him for sure.
totally. Yeah, like liberate him from his life. I mean, it's really crazy. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. And now these lawyers across the country that are suing tech companies have, they've gotten around Section 230 of the Communications Act. They figured out product liability is the weak spot for the Death Star. And so why are they not? So why are these people still asleep? I don't get it. Meta, it's sort of like how Facebook is. Ted. Facebook is a shitty website. Like literally the website lags.
They're a publisher.
You're rich. Fix it. Use your money. I don't get it.
They are a publisher. I don't know how else. Like, I mean,
they are a publisher.
If they put the algorithms so that it shows you distinct, specific things catered to you, Ted, catered to me, Manila, catered to 14-year-old girl. That is editing. That is publishing. You are officially a fucking publisher.
Twitter, like X/Twitter, is a publisher. Pickaxe is not. Because it's literally like
whatever shows up
in reverse chronological order.
Well, that used to be original Twitter.
Yeah, and that was much better.
That was much better. I loved being exposed to new things, new ideas. Sometimes it'd be somebody on original Twitter circa 2010 would post whatever they were eating, right? In the middle of wherever the fuck, Turkey, let's just say, right? And then I'd see somebody in my feed from England bashing the Queen, right? It's just like whatever, a random mishmash of things. That was original Twitter.
Yeah.
And then that changed. And Facebook and all of these guys, they became publishers. They put into the algorithms specific things to target your eyeballs, Ted's eyeballs, Manila's eyeballs, because they know enough about you now. That's what it is. You've been on their servers long enough that they can apply these algorithms to cater to you. And the scary part is when you're a 14-year-old girl, why are you showing a 14-year-old girl sexually explicit things?
Right. No, that's a thing, right? Like, there's so much wrong here. It's hard to even know where to start. I guess I have to say we probably should have we probably need to get rid of internet anonymity. I hate to say this because I know it has kept a lot of people safe in the past, but I think we're at the stage now where do you remember, you're too young. Do you know what Minitel was?
Which one?
Minitel.
Minitel.
So
no.
In the late 70s, early 1980s, France, which is not really known as a highly tech savvy country, but it kind of is, they developed the proto-internet as we know it with this thing called Minitel, which you could buy, and it was in a lot of people's homes. It was pretty expensive. And basically it had chat rooms, the weather, the news, stock market. This is over 50 years ago. And
wow.
And basically it was kind of like on an LED, full color, but not green, like LED, like some of it's red, some of it's blue, yellow. Anyway, Minitel is kind of an amazing thing. Someone should do a documentary about it. It's very cool. Anyway, you to get into Minitel, as I recall, you had an ID card and you shoved that ID card into the socket, and it proved who you were to the French state, because it was the French government that ran Minitel. And like, I think we're going to need that, where it's like to get on the internet, to turn on your computer, like, like a drunk needs to get into the breathalyzer to start the car. You got to put in your fuck voter ID. We have to have web ID, where you put in a card that proves who you are, so that you can't fucking troll and fucking lie and
that
fucking
there's accountability,
libel people. Yeah, like your name comes up. You're not like Cat Monster 4000. Like,
I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that. I've thought about it before. Because if I were protesting in the street, I'm not wearing my ID around my neck, right? Mm-hmm. If I was picketing on the street, if I'm walking, if I'm in Central Park carrying a sign and just shouting at the top of my lungs, they don't need to know it's Manila Chan. They don't, it's my right to just walk around and mutter shit if I want and be anonymous. Does that same right apply? Is that applicable online?
Well, I think the thing is, like, when you're arguing about, when you're trying to balance privacy versus, free speech rights, you kind of have to ultimately balance, which problems are more serious versus which priorities are more important. And I guess, is it a priority that like someone who's thinking about coming out as trans should be able to like negotiate that and navigate that discussion in privacy without like all their classmates knowing about it? Yes, that's important. And I do care about that. And I want that to happen. On the other hand, should it also be possible for like, say, you, Manila, to be able to live in the online space without some anonymous troll lying about you, and there's no accountability as they're libeling you and impugning you in this way and that way and the other.
I can see both sides.
And I see both sides, but I think that given the scale of things, we've gotten to the point with fake news and AI and all that unfortunately that privacy need has to take a back seat now to accountability because it's so Wild West now.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a great whole, special topic that we would have to discuss with like maybe lawyers and shrinks or like.
Well, and I don't think there's an I don't think I think it's totally subjective, and it's.
I agree.
I don't think there's any way to just sort of say this is
breaking news.
True.
Breaking news before we move on to your favorite topic du jour,
which will be
so the Supreme Court.
6 hours.
Speaking of publishers, the Supreme Court has just tossed the $1 billion copyright verdict in Cox versus Sony. The Supreme Court unanimously just ruled that internet providers are not liable for copyright infringement by their users. So this delivers a win.
This is along
Cox
the same
versus
lines.
Sony.
Our internet company. It's the Section 230 case.
It's so they tossed out the $1 billion verdict.
Well, fortunately, you can just look at the members of the United States Supreme Court and say, now those are some tech savvy people.
Well, better. I would say they are better and more intelligent than the 500 or so people on Capitol Hill.
Okay, that one I'll give you.
Yeah, see? So it's better. I mean, remember, Dianne Feinstein was on the technology whatever subcommittee,
oh my God,
and she was literally falling asleep at the lectern.
Yes, she was.
Before she had to hit her vote, and she'd be like, oh, ding. Or like
she may still be voting right now.
She might still, right. Nobody has checked, but she might still, still be submitting her votes post-mortem, but her staffers would hand her. I mean, she was one of the first senators to grill like Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, they Weekend at Bernie's her. They did that to her.
She was like Captain Pike in Star Trek.
I don't know which one that is. I never watched it. But
what? You never watched Star Trek original series? Oh, that's really weird. That is the weirdest thing I know about
that's Jamarl. Jamarl kept trying to he's like, you have to. And I'm like, I'm just not into it.
I don't understand. How can you what?
I like Star Wars. I don't like Star Trek.
We never watched Star Trek. So how do you know that you don't like Star Trek?
Because I've seen it and it just never appealed to me.
That's very strange. That's like someone.
It just never. And then you and Jamarl both told me that I would like Black Mirror, and I tried a few episodes, and it never caught on for me.
Huh. Maybe
I just
with Black Mirror.
They're okay.
With Black Mirror, they're not all the episodes are equally grabby. I could recommend certain episodes to try first.
Jamarl insisted I would like it. Robbie has comments on what Star Trek is that?
Yeah, Star Trek. So I think that the weirdest episode of Star Trek that I ever saw, and I really enjoyed it because of how weird it was.
Are we talking the original?
Yeah, the original was when they went to this planet, and basically it was a population of Americans and a population of Chinese that got sent to this other planet, and basically the Chi-Coms eradicated the Americans. And what really brought this up is that their sacred text was the Declaration of Independence and the Pledge of Allegiance. Do you remember that one, Ted?
I do. Yeah, they had a whole sacred text left behind and becoming a super influential trope in that series.
Yeah, it was wild.
Like there was the Nazi episode. Where
that one was awesome.
That one's great. Yeah.
Well, it just
I'm always shocked to hear how many people are Trekkies.
Most people are Trekkies.
I mean, you got I mean, Star Trek was cutting edge. The reason why it failed before reruns is because it was ahead of its time. Like you had the first interracial kiss on TV.
Well,
I heard
also
about
the reason it failed originally, right, was that they moved the network moved it to a crazy time slot that nobody was watching. 9 p.m. on Fridays. At the time, everyone was out, at dinner or drinking Friday nights because it was America at its peak in the 60s.
Right.
And
right.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I worked with the new Bill Shatner.
They moved it to a shitty time zone.
Yeah, but no, I mean it was just wild. But what was your favorite? What was your favorite season of Star Trek? Me, it had to be season 3.
What? Season 3 is like the really weird low budget series.
How many seasons were there?
With the empath.
It had 3.
There's only 3.
Oh, there's only 3?
It's supposed to be 5.
It's supposed to be a 5-year mission to discover new worlds.
Oh, interesting. Well, I love Twilight Zone.
Well, that's a great show. Fantastic show.
Yeah. Me and Fernie used to watch. Me and Fernie used to watch Star Trek. Rest in peace.
I gotta be season 2.
Oh no, you can't just say rest in peace to the viewers, Robbie. You need to explain.
So Fernie got ate by a wolf or something. She got out of the apartment. She was testing the screens of the windows. The screen popped out. She went out the window in the middle of the night. And I found some tufts of orange fur and a couple of bloodstains. So she found something a bit bigger than she was. And she made a meal of some critter. Kizzy is very upset.
Critter made a meal of her.
Yeah. And so I have to get a new cat to replace Fernie.
So Robbie believes his cat when she pressed on the screen and fell out the window.
Yeah, that's not uncommon.
Yeah.
The other night that Montana ate her.
Probably a coyote, right? Probably.
Most likely a coyote, maybe a bobcat or a mountain lion, because we got them all over the place here. There's something bigger than her. Poor Fernie. She was such a sweet cat. I miss her.
She's a really good cat. Yeah. You lucked out. Well, she got you into the cat lifestyle. And now once you go cat, you can't go back.
You cat dad.
Well, Kizzy, she's really kind of upset because she's like, if I can't have Fernie, I don't want another cat. But she's lonely.
She's wrong. People always say that who kind of like, yeah, just get another cat.
Well, for us, it's tough because we lost Max last year.
Plus, you have all the accoutrements.
We do.
Oh God.
You have the bull. You have the
we have all the accessories. You have the litter box. We have the high priced cat food. So we got to do something with it. Oh my God.
Plus, not to mention, I'm sure Montana is not like all no kill shelters. Like if you don't get a new cat, you're literally murdering a cat.
Manchild says, could have been Alf that got the cat. That's true. Alf the alien did eat cats.
I would.
It's true.
I mean, if Fernie is a meal, I would rather she not be eaten by something sentient because she had a collar on and stuff. So she's obviously a pet.
Oh.
So whatever got Fernie,
she had a collar.
Did not care. Well, I was teaching Fernie how to walk on a leash. And it was slow going because she's a sweet cat, but she's really stupid. But we tried.
Cat.
Well, cats are retarded.
They don't want to be on a leash. They're not trainable. They are
trainable.
Cats are totally trainable.
No, they're trainable. They're
but they don't. If they want to,
they're not dumb. They just
no. I never said they're dumb. I said they don't want to. They don't want to.
Yeah, but
they're like, fuck you. Like I don't want to do that. That's most cats.
Robbie said that cats are dumb. They're not dumb.
Yeah.
No, they're not dumb. They're not.
Some cats are dumb, but not generally.
Yeah, I'm sure. There's a cat. There's a very popular. There's a cat in Russia. He's a Russian blue, like Clovis, his kin. But he was born with some kind of like. I sent this to you guys before when I discovered him. He has some sort of like mental and facial defect where he kind of has like a inverted, like a pug face, kind of like smashy, like a smashy face, and his eyes are kind of crossed. And I think he's a sandwich short of a picnic.
Okay.
So the cat kind of does like dumb things, and the owner has a whole Instagram dedicated to it. And I forget his name, but he's hilarious because he's dumb. You could literally see it in his face.
Who's that? There's a very famous
really
Japanese cat who's also very stupid.
Oh,
you know, like, yeah.
Well, I say about Fernie, but she was actually Fernie would talk to you. Like, no, you could ask her a question.
I know, we heard her talking on the show.
No or yes, and it was just it was really weird.
She was a sweet cat.
Oh, she was.
I
miss her.
Where are you going to get your next cat? Are you going to go to a shelter?
Yeah, we'll go to the shelter.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to that local shelter that we actually did a story on here because of the meth leakage? Because they burnt all the FBI burnt.
That's the only one in Flathead County. So that's where we're going.
Ted, don't you remember that story? We did it last year.
And the
FBI burnt meth in
I knew a lady. Well, we dated, and her ex-husband, she discovered was a meth head, and was cooking meth in the basement of their house. I don't understand how she didn't smell that, because the smell is foul. But anyway, the cat.
Because she was high. She got high off of it.
Maybe her cat got into the meth in the lab, and that cat wasn't right. It was totally like, it had this look like this, like all the time, like.
Oh no! Well, so that's the shelter that Robbie's going to go to and go adopt an animal from now.
Yeah. So if you see the cat has those eyes, that's not the cat to get. But I think
that's a meth cat, because the FBI scorched meth into the Kalispell shelter.
There's nowhere else to go. But serious question, Ted. I've got to get your answer on this. In a just out and out, just a no holds barred battle, who would win, Kirk or Picard?
Oh, physically?
No, I mean ship to ship. I mean, you're going to it's war to the fucking knife. I would have to go Kirk.
I got to go Kirk
because Picard just
Kirk always thinks outside the box.
Well, was that, and you're just a lot more aggressive than what Picard was. Picard was just trying to be a diplomat, and Kirk just like, I want to feed you your teeth.
I agree with that analysis.
It's the perfect analogy between the French and the Americans.
Physically, I suspect Picard probably would win because, Kirk was a little flabby.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, no dissing. I have Kirk's body, but
I don't know anything about either. I mean, vaguely, so I have no comment. I don't know. All right,
William Shatner's still going strong, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's like 93.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Like I said,
he's
I
still
know.
Lucid,
I've met the guy. I know.
He's not Joe Biden,
No, he's not.
He got so much crap when Leonard Nimoy died.
Yeah, and it was really not fair.
He was traveling. What could he do?
Yeah. I mean, and they were close. It's not true that they had some kind of like Leonard Nimoy didn't like him and all that stuff. It just isn't true.
No. Well, I can't contribute to that conversation. We got to move on to Ted's main topic.
Thank you, Manila, for this moment that I've been waiting for now for
He's been
the
waiting
better part
for 48
of 36
hours.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. A story out of Maryland is drawing national attention this week, not just because of the crime, but because of who possibly committed it, according to the cops. The suspect is 27-year-old Dayton Webber. There are many questions that come to mind. He is a professional cornhole player and quadruple amputee who built a reputation as an inspirational athlete. First of all, Manila, is cornhole playing really an athletic activity?
If you can do it while you're drunk, should that qualify you as an athlete?
Yeah, like
if beer is in one hand.
Is a dart player at your local bar an athlete? I don't know.
I have had this argument when I had my old show on RT.
Is shuffleboard a sport? I don't know.
When I had my old show on RT, I had this debate with my sports guy when he said for the Paris Olympics that just passed, he announced that break dancing would become an Olympic sport.
That requires some dexterity and some strength.
I get that, but it's not. It's dancing. It's in the name.
How is that different from
dancing?
How's that different from like figure skating?
So dancing, it's
figure skating and break dancing would seem to involve a lot of the same skills. Anyway,
this guy.
So also other questions. Where exactly is professional cornholery.
I didn't know there was such a thing. I've played cornhole. You've played cornhole.
I mean,
we've barbecues.
Yes, we have.
You have a beer, and
I don't understand. Always with a beer in hand. I don't understand. In fact, we all kind of find that the more we drink, the better we are at cornhole.
Yes. Absolutely.
I don't really understand. Like, okay, so how can, like, if I'd known this, I would have never gone to Columbia Engineering School and dealt with applied physics and nuclear engineering or history of Vichy France. I would have, like, if I'd known that I could become professional by throwing a beanbag into a hole, I would have like done that. I mean, I could have saved tens of thousands of dollars in tuition.
Allow me to one up you on that. You can there are a handful of universities in America, Ted. You could get a full ride. As I did research for this story, because you forced me to, there's a dearth
of
college level
cornhole scholarships.
Cornhole scholarships you can get. There's a dearth of cornhole athletes.
If you're like a Division III cornholer, if you are senior cornholio, you can. Wow.
You can get your free education on the back of cornholing. Manila,
our lives have been a waste. We should just eat a shotgun right now and be done with it.
Ted, we didn't know in the 80s and
also,
90s.
Here's another question. How could you become all right. So here's the other thing. I did look this up, of course. He's a quadruple amputee. And I'm like, I want to kind of know like how so he's not chopped up here. He's chopped off here.
Yeah, like elbow-ish, I think.
Yeah.
Like right after
he sort of goes like this, like.
Yeah, he kind of, like.
Okay. Anyway.
And we should tell people how he became a quadruple amputee.
Oh, good
he
question.
Grew up. He was born with all four limbs.
Mm-hmm.
However, he got very sick with pneumococcal, like a pneumococcal whatever bacteria when he was like 10 months old, before his first birthday, and it became septic, and they had to cut off his limbs. All four before the age of 1.
I'm not gonna lie, that's horrible.
That's horrible.
So traumatic.
That's horrible. But that's all he knew, though. So
that might be his
keep
defense,
that in mind.
His defense in the story that we're about to talk about here.
That's all he's known as life. That's normal life for him.
Pro cornhole dude, and who is now facing murder charges. So, according to the authorities, he fatally shot another dude during an argument inside a moving vehicle. So, picture this.
In his Tesla.
He's in a car.
In his Tesla.
He has
a Tesla. He's got a guy riding shotgun.
According to investigators, the victim was 27, another 27-year-old. Badrick Michael Wells, because when you're in a crime report, you always get your middle name mentioned. Police said that the two men were in a car. And like if I became a murderer, it would say the suspect is Frederick Theodore Rawl III. Police say that the two men were in a car in Charles County, Maryland, along with two other passengers, when some sort of dispute broke out late at night, as it will. Witnesses told investigators that Webber, who was allegedly driving, right?
It's a Tesla, Ted. It's self-driving.
He's driving the car.
It's a Tesla. It's self-driving.
So the quadruple amputee drives while driving the car. Hopefully it was in auto driving mode. Shot Wells while he's sitting in the front passenger seat. Like, I'm going to shoot your ass now. And the details only get darker from there, which is hard to believe, but true. Authorities say that afterwards, Webber pulled over, told the two people in the back seat to help him pull the body out of the car. They were like, fuck that shit, got out and ran away and flagged down the cops. But Webber's like, fuck you, I'll fuck you. He leaves with the corpse still inside the car. 2 hours later, the body is found in a yard in Charlotte Hall. So,
Virginia.
So think about it. This dude who is, he's a quadruple amputee. He
mostly just torso.
He shoots a dude while he's driving, and he disposes of the body
by himself.
Like, I want his own self. I want that video. Anyway. Police track Webber's vehicle to Charlottesville, where he's later located at a hospital. He's like seeking treatment for what officials described only as a medical issue. I have a problem. I'm missing my arms and legs. He was taken into custody there and is now facing extradition back to Maryland. This guy's going to escape. Okay. He's going to escape. He's going to have a coup. He's going to overthrow Trump. He's going to take over the country. He's going to fly to the moon. This guy's unstoppable. Anyway, he's been charged with first-degree murder, second-degree murder, assault, and firearm defenses. Yeah, for now, until he runs away. Authorities have not publicly identified a motive. The motive is he's insane and awesome. And the police said that the investigation is still ongoing. So before all this, he became nationally known as one of the as one of the most visible athletes in professional cornhole.
I don't follow professional. I don't follow cornholing.
Makes me so happy. And one of the most unconventional, because, you know, as we know, most professional cornhole players, Manila, are buttoned up tight. They're kind of like stick up ass. But this guy, he was wild and unconventional. He lost all 4 limbs as a baby, as you said. But he became known for doing things many would assume were impossible: competing in sports, hunting, driving. There's
using a handgun with no
There's
hand.
video of him using a handgun online
with no hands
and playing with no hand and playing at a high level in the American Cornhole League, not to be confused with the National Cornhole League,
this story
or
really
the old
just
pre-civil rights Black Cornhole League. He had been profiled in national media and was often framed as a symbol of resilience and determination. Now, that same name is tied to a homicide case. The American Cornhole League, we've all been waiting to see what the ACL would have to say about this.
I wonder what they were going to say.
The ACL has acknowledged the allegations and called the situation extremely serious. They should also call it weird, but has not commented further, because the ACL is known for their buttoned up tight, like reserved mien. So
yes.
At this point, the legal case is just beginning. And the question in the story is, how does someone once held up as an inspirational figure end up at a center of a murder investigation? No, that's not the question. The questions are, how does someone become a professional cornholer and make a living off of it? How does someone with no arms or legs do that? How does someone with no arms and legs shoot someone in a car while they're driving?
I suspect the Tesla part of it played a role in that.
Auto drive mode.
Yeah,
I have to suspect that.
It has to be.
The awesome move is that he disposed of the body.
Right. How do you
disposing
of the dude is mostly torso.
It's hard for able-bodied, fully armed, fully legged
you able-bodied
would be rough.
If let's say Manila, you able-bodied
I probably weigh 40 to 50% more than you do. It would be, if you were out cold unconscious,
right?
It would be hard for me to move you.
If I'm shit-faced in your front passenger seat, and I'm just like, it would be puking everywhere. This guy has blood everywhere.
I'm not sure I could drag you more than
a grown man. Let's assume 200 pounds. A grown man. Let's say he's 5'10" and 200 pounds.
I'm very strong, but there's no fucking way.
How does a quadruple amputee that's mostly torso
it's true though,
get a dead grown man out of the front seat of his Tesla?
Yeah.
This whole story, when I read it, I didn't even laugh because my brain could not comprehend what I read.
Because it's totally, that's the thing for me. I was like, this raised, by the way, and it's not.
It's like, what?
Okay, so do you remember, was it his name Pretorius or something? The guy, not to be confused with General Petraeus. Remember the South African, was he a paraplegic athlete?
Oh, yes.
And he
Oscar Pistorius.
As Pistorius. And he shot
his beautiful model girlfriend
through the door. Mm-hmm. But he you know, he had 2 hands to do it with.
Right.
Big
right.
fucking whoop.
He was. Yeah, that dude is just a double amputee. He's just missing legs from the knees down, from like the calf down, right? Everything else, he's a strong, by all other accounts, like from the knees up, he's a big guy, you know, strong and
Pretorius or whatever his name is. Pistorius. He, you know, he's like unhappy right now because all of his thunder down at the prison is being completely. Everyone's like, "Yo, we thought you were so awesome for being like an inspiration for being a disabled murderer," but it turns out you ain't nothing. This American dude in Virginia,
this American,
holy shit, yeah,
you're just the fucking Blade Runner.
Yeah,
this guy, the American.
Yeah,
listen,
call
Safa
and raise.
Listen, South
there's
African.
There's not going to be any disrespect in prison for that guy. I mean, like, no way.
So you think this professional cornholer is gonna? So he's definitely gonna go to prison. Like I'm.
Well, first of all, I want to go on the record and say he's innocent
until proven guilty.
No, we just have to let him go because he's too cool. Like just on the grounds of being awesome, he gets to murder whoever he wants. Like, okay, it's just how it goes. Like, it's the price of living with.
Okay, if Ted doesn't want to charge him with murder,
no.
If Ted doesn't want to charge him with murder,
no harm, no foul.
You know what I'm going to charge him with? In his mugshot, I'm going to charge him with having 68-year-old lesbian hair.
Oh, that's true. He does.
I'm going to charge him with a major fashion faux pas.
That's a fashion felony.
That is a crime against humanity when if you're supposed to be, you know, some idol of you know, like a cornholio stardom, why do you have like a perm on top and then like straight bangs coming down? Like if Peggy Hill from King of the Hill were a real person, like that's the kind of hair he had. Like why?
Yeah,
you're 27. Why do you have?
Yeah, there's a certain trans kind of vibe here.
Right?
I would say.
Right?
Yeah. Hold on.
We're
putting that.
He looks like he has like a lesbian. He looks like a lesbian.
There we go.
Okay. Looks like a lesbian.
Yeah, true. But
tell me I'm wrong. That's a lesbian.
Nevertheless, I'm going to forgive that because he's awesome. And look at his like smirk. He's like, look at the look in his eyes. Like, is that the look of a man who's facing murder charges? No. It's the look of a man who's just
Ted doesn't want to charge him. I want to charge him.
Look, he knows he's going to like break out of prison. They can put him in no prison can hold him. He will use his stumps to break through the wall and he'll be gone.
Hamhawk, thank you so much for the donation. Hamhawk says, never underestimate the power of a method aid good money to drag a dead body out of a car.
Wait, what? The what to drag it?
Never underestimate the power of a method aid good money to good method paid maybe to drag a dead body out of a car.
Meth.
Yeah, that's true.
Meth. It must be meth. Meth. He's on meth.
Maybe. Maybe meth because we were talking about meth earlier. Yeah, that could be.
Yeah. There could be a meth situation involved here, but
Manchild says he's the Chuck Norris of cornhole. That's probably true.
He is.
I saw the latest Chuck meme because they'll never die was an image from Chuck Norris's funeral of Chuck carrying his own casket. He is the man, the myth, the legend, Chuck Norris.
You know, Chuck Norris is probably only sad about being dead for one reason, which is that he's not going to get to meet this cornhole guy until many years from now.
Right. This cornhole kid.
And you know, he's just going to be like, I got questions.
What kind of fucking...
We got nothing but time.
What kind of mugshot? What is this?
And is he wearing a white bathrobe?
I don't know. He has like 65-year-old, 68-year-old lesbian hair.
Yeah, that's true. I'm trying to like imagine like
Just,
yeah,
you,
the hair
you know what I'm
situation
talking about, Ted.
is definitely not good. He's a little bit like a labradoodle up on top.
I just the whole
Not as
entire
good.
story, and then when they showed his picture, the mugshot, I was just like, what is this in the nation's capital? Like,
By the way, I want to know who are these people who are gathering for professional, to observe for professional cornhole competitions. And can you imagine all the scandals that might take place in professional cornholery?
Everybody, it's like sponsored by Bud
Like,
Light or something, and
like it's like people like they have like in professional cornholery there could be like deflated beanbags scandals. There could be like the whole
there's Mexican jumping beans in that beanbag,
or the whole could be like a little shaved down. Or
right?
like, or the
Just
angle of the board could be a little bit off. There could be
I don't
all
know.
sorts
I've
of
never
issues.
looked into professional cornhole.
And why is
gaming.
it called cornhole? Does anyone know? Because I don't know. And I'm like, to me, I
I
thought
bet there's a
cornholing was a
porno
euphemism
about that.
for something. Well, anal
That's what I'm
sex.
saying. I bet there is porn-related video that we could find that explains cornhole
Yeah, I'm gonna look at this
as
up.
a game.
Yeah, cornhole
gotta move on.
etymology. I want to know no. This is what we talk about from now on.
Ted is in love with
Are
this
you
face,
kidding?
this
All right,
mugshot.
Oh, so it used to be used with the bags had dried corn cobs in them. It is believed to have originated in the Ohio Valley, where I'm from. That's Dayton.
What?
During the 19th century as a casual, social, and easy to construct yard game. Other
Ohioans are fucking weird.
Some myths suggest a 14th century German inventor named Matthias Cooperman created it to keep children from throwing rocks into animal holes, while others claim a
like
Native
gopher
American
holes.
Yeah, like don't like children do not throw the rocks into the animal hole. The gopher is our friend, while others claim a Native American origin, the Black Hog tribe, although there is no strong evidence. The modern game gained popularity in Cincinnati in the 80s before spreading nationwide.
Well, there you go.
It is
the great state of Ohio.
Cornhole also exists.
Thank them for cornhole.
As a slang phrase dating back to the 1940s, sometimes used in the context of prison culture. I don't think I need to elaborate.
Well,
All right,
and Ham Hock clarified.
I know you want to get. I know you want to move on. I don't blame you. Let's just do it.
It's just Ham Hock clarified their comment. They said meth head paid. Yes, yes, that is true. It's quite possible. It is quite. Thank you for the donation again. That the cornhole champ found some meth head and was like, "Yo, help me get this bloody dead dude out of my Tesla. Here's $50." It's very possible.
That's possible.
Very possible. Because you're way down in Charlottesville.
Mm-hmm.
You're in meth zone. That's like the 909, like in California. That's if people know the Inland Empire, the 909. That's where if you need to score some like yucko drugs, like not the good designer stuff like you'd find in Beverly Hills, like some good clean blow or something. You want some of the yucky stuff? You want the yuckies? You go to the 909. You go to the Inland Empire. When you go out of Northern Virginia, which is where I am, into where he was found in the hospital.
In the cornhole
belt. That'd
be
the 909. Yes, the cornhole belt of Virginia. That's the 909 of Virginia, Charlottesville.
By the way, what about like other scandals, like a juicing scandal in professional cornholery? That could explain how he was able to overcome
he could have been juiced.
Yeah, I mean, he could be juiced. I mean, consider the incredible.
He could be like roid rage.
It could be like roid.
So maybe
considerable
he
physical strength necessary to go like.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Maybe he was like roid raging and he shot his friend in the car because they had an altercation.
More likely than not,
he was roid
probably.
Raging.
Yeah,
it's possible. I mean, he is a professional athlete.
Yeah, and a subject of great inspiration. A lot of people would call him the Martin Luther King of our time.
Of the cornhole time.
And also the Marie Curie of our time. And also the George Washington of our time.
I literally, yeah.
And also the Mick Jagger of our time.
I did not know. I did not know that this was a thing until this man on the screen, Ted. I did not know.
No, I did not know either. I knew that cornhole existed.
Right.
I knew.
I dabbled in it.
Yes. I wouldn't say I even am elevated as an amateur cornhole player. That would not be true.
No.
I am a
dabbler.
We're
dabblers.
I have cornholed probably fewer than 5 times in my life.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
And frankly, that was about the right amount for me. I feel like I didn't want to commit any further.
If you cornhole for too long, Ted, it can really affect your brain, like CTE, like this.
That's
you could
true.
suffer from CTE. You know, like the American football players.
Or you could suffer from cornhole wrist. Oh, not in his case. That's his workaround. No wrist, no cornhole wrist.
That's true. But he could be roid raging.
Cornhole stump.
So a lot of questions here. We're gonna find out. I have this feeling, Ted, like you are gonna be our cornhole killer reporter. It's gonna be your beat.
This is a message to the American Cornhole Association. I am league. I am available. Call immediately after the show. I'll put you in touch with my agent, and I will negotiate a contract for me to become a professional commentator. And I will dedicate the rest of my life to covering cornhole competitions across the great wasteland that is our country.
I love that for you so much, Ted.
Thank you.
I think you would be fantastic.
I probably won't have time to talk to you anymore after this happens.
Well,
because I'll go on to bigger and better things.
Well, you're going to become like the Vin Scully of cornhole.
That thought almost arouses me sexually thinking of that. But
and then they're going to name whole streets
really.
after you in Los Angeles, like Vin Scully.
That's true. Yeah, even the LA Times won't be able to stop it.
Yeah. So I love that for you. I can get behind it and I support it. So we're going to leave this story for Ted to be the expert on. Ted's going to follow up on this.
Robbie wants to come on and talk about.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've got good news. We are launching, we've already launched. We have got Ted into the Rumble Creator Program. It will be official later on this month. So if you want to find Ted, you can find him at Ted Rawl Official here on Rumble. And
Ted can post all his cornhole action.
He can. And
that's true.
One thing I'm working on doing, like the cartoons I'm animating for him, I'm working on putting those together as shorts. Because I don't have enough to do already, so I'm doing more.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be doing that. Also, for whatever reason, Ted wants to have weekly, I guess the word would be debates with yours truly from a left versus right perspective about social issues and things like that. The last time we did it was about religion.
Yeah, that's good. We need to do more religion too.
Yeah, I agree. Now we need to get John on, or at least a devout Catholic or devout Orthodox, because I've got questions. Mm-hmm. And so it would just be fun, but it's
we could also call dial into the prison and talk to the cornhole guy about his religion.
You know, my pastor, he loves cornhole. It's what he does. Mm-hmm. And at church, it's a staple of at every event. We always have cornhole.
But isn't that how the Catholic Church got into trouble? Too much cornholing?
Well, the thing is, I didn't know that cornhole was even a thing. Back home in the South, we did horseshoes. I was like, what the hell is cornhole? I was like, oh, well, it's like this. And so the first thought that I had was like, oh, this is like sex only from a distance. And but I didn't say that because it would have been
in marriage. Sex is often from a distance or only from a distance.
I am married to a very robust Black woman. I do not have that problem.
All right. All right, let's move on. Let's plow through. Let's cornhole through.
Yeah,
these
plow.
other
That's what you
plow
did there.
through, cornhole through these other stories. But Ted, go check out Ted's official channel, and you'll get all the cornhole news there.
And now we know that, like, look, I'm from Cornholelandia.
Yes.
So therefore, that's why cornholing was always in my blood. And
you just didn't know it, Ted.
I could never quite put my fingers on the bag, but like on the dirty, gross, soggy bag that was lying in the lawn. But like now, it's there.
Now it makes sense.
Yeah, it's just like everything suddenly clicks. You know, it's like
why you were so drawn to this story, Ted. This is why.
It's true. Yeah, no, it's like kismet. Yeah, it's like I didn't know kismet. That like I was a cornholer trapped in the body of a cartoonist / columnist / podcaster / cat slut.
It's the Ohioan. Mm-hmm. Now you know.
Yeah.
As they say, it's kismet, Ted. Now you've discovered your destiny.
That's right.
And you must pursue it.
Yeah. So
it's in your blood.
This is something we got to do, because now I've got John running his official Rumble channel. Ted's doing his. I've got Putinbot Gaming. We need to resurrect Chansmouth, so that way we can get you into the creator program.
And we'll think about it. I've got another kid coming and going back to work soon. Like I don't know. We'll think about it.
All I hear are excuses.
Yeah, says the men that don't carry the babies.
Ooh, that's a lot of work.
It's just I made a spleen. I'm so tired.
Says the uterus having Americans here. All right, we'll talk about it off air.
Well, you notice that
cornhole these stories.
You didn't see that cornhole guy whinging about like, oh, I don't have arms and legs. I can't kill people, but I'm driving a car. I can't dispose of bodies. Sure. No,
I should be killing and disposing while I'm pregnant because I have all my
American.
Limbs.
He's fucking like he steps up and he fucking does what needs to be done.
Is he from Ohio also, or is he from
here?
That's
a good question.
Is he from Virginia? Because then that would complete the full circle, Ted.
Oh,
then we would know. Is he a native Ohioan?
Let's see. Well, his name is Dayton.
Oh, that's true. Shit.
Like,
so Dayton. That's weird. His name's Dayton, and he's a professional cornholer.
Well, I wonder if he changed his name to Dayton out of homage to the origins.
No, I have a family member named
he's a
Dayton.
Marylander. He's from La Plata, Maryland.
La Plata, Maryland.
Oh, my apologies.
I know where that is.
La Plata.
Yeah. I know they call it La Plata. I don't know.
Yeah,
but anyway,
I
have a family member named Dayton. Ted, if you thought I was special because my name is Manila, capital of the Philippines, I have family members named Phoenix and Dayton.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's yeah. Well, we should just like. Yeah, I mean, I might rename myself Cincinnati Raw.
One thing I want to point out, Manila, I thought about this. You're talking about having a uterus and being pregnant, because that's fine. That's fair. I am an inbred Southerner whose family tree goes straight up. Like there's no genetic diversity at all until I got married. My kids are the ones that have got some diversity going on there, genetic. So I don't want to hear about you growing a baby.
Healthier.
I don't want to hear about you growing a baby. You have got the most inbred, retarded producer that you could possibly find. And I'm making it work. So there's no reason why you can't.
That's true. Between you and Dayton Cornholer here.
Yeah.
I don't know what my excuse is.
Look, and Manila, what's your excuse? You don't even have a cornholing career. So you have lots of time.
I don't. You're right. I don't have.
It's what you do.
A cornhole career. Like what? I told you, Ted, had I not been saddled with a student debt that I just paid off around Christmas time, finally.
Congratulations, for real.
Had I known that I could have gotten a cornhole.
By the way, that's fucking ridiculous and obscene that someone in their 40s has just paid off their student loan debt. But
I
that's
just
not
paid off my student debt.
I'm
finally student loan debt free.
I don't know what Zoomers are going to do, but all right.
I'm saying. All right, let's move on real quickly because we're way over.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's a quickie, and it might just end the world, Ted. I'm just saying.
Could be.
Weird news.
But cornholery will go on. Cornholery could never.
Can it survive antimatter? Because that's what this story is.
In the beginning, this will be a religious thing we'll have to discuss with Robbie. But during the void, before God created the universe, there was cornhole.
Look.
Of course, it was they called it the devil's sport. So
look. Maybe the cornhole board was the model for the universe.
Like, I think it could be an Olympic sport.
It was the model for a black hole. And this is how I'm going to tell you how.
All right.
Scientists just transported 92 antiprotons on a truck for the first time yesterday. A half-hour drive as a rehearsal to move antimatter for its upcoming, what they hope to do, an 8-hour drive from Geneva, Switzerland to Dusseldorf, Germany. Okay. Scientists transported, wrap your brain around that. Scientists transported 92 antiprotons. That's antimatter.
They are very, very little. They are protons,
antimatter,
but they are antiprotons.
Antimatter, including antiprotons, is the oppositely charged version of normal matter, like earbuds or whatever.
So wait,
the
opposite I was a physics major. So
right.
a proton has a positive electric charge.
Yeah.
Does an antiproton have a negative electric charge?
Yes.
Electric charge? So it's like, but so does an electron. So it's basically like an electron. It has the same charge as an electron, or it also has a negative charge, but it's a proton.
So
in other words, it's part of the nucleus of the atom.
A proton is a positive, an antiproton is a negative.
But the proton is part of the nucleus of an atom, of all matter, right?
If
so this
that
is
matter,
nucleus with a negative charge as opposed to a positive charge. Part of it.
Yeah. So if matter like this touches antimatter, it would destroy each other instantly. So please defer to comic book
or Star Trek
science.
A matter antimatter explosion in the warp core.
Oh. So
anyway.
So it's extremely rare, though, in the universe, and it's produced at Geneva's European Organization for Nuclear Research. If antimatter and matter collide, they annihilate each other. So to avoid that, the antiprotons were surrounded by a vacuum box with magnets, like Magneto, like in X-Men. When they trap him in a jail cell, it's like magnetized all around so that anyway. So it's a vacuum sealed box with magnets cooled to negative 452 degrees Fahrenheit. The trap,
in other words, just above absolute zero. Absolute zero is minus 453, and that's the temperature at which all matter vibrates, all matter moves in the universe, and the fact that it moves more when the temperature is higher. At absolute zero, matter stops moving. It's perfectly still.
It's frozen in time, basically.
There is no such thing in our universe as anything below minus 453 Fahrenheit. It does not exist.
So minus 452.
That's it. That's absolute zero. So this is 1 degree Fahrenheit above absolute zero, when basically it's as close to still as possible.
And just wrap your brain around that.
If we could achieve absolute zero, it would change a lot of things. We would be able to create, for example, a perpetual motion machine, which would provide an infinite free source of energy.
So just people try to wrap your brain. This is like stoner stuff, but like,
dude,
like you really have to think about like vibrational energies or whatever.
There wouldn't really be an explosion. What there would be,
it would
you just lose them,
vanish. It would just
you just lose
poof.
Them. Yeah,
like just I guess I don't know if our language is limited. It would just it's limited to how you could describe this scientifically. So it would basically it would vanish. It would just like poof. Like I don't know what else. How else we could describe it?
We're limited. Each other out. Yeah.
Yeah, we're limited by language. So this is cool. It's effectively like a magnetized fucking thermos that's cooled to minus 452. And so the antimatter is like basically suspended inside a thermos.
Is 1 degree. Yeah, this is like 0.5 degrees Kelvin or ish.
So what they're hoping, this is a dry run. The researchers are hoping to move the antimatter from CERN to Heinrich Heine University in Germany, which is opening
for the big cornhole
which is they're opening an antimatter center in 2029. What can go wrong, Ted?
Well,
the move will help scientists continue research without magnetic interference from CERN's other projects. That's why they want to move this antimatter, because they're afraid the magnetized whatever
has that giant particle accelerator.
Yes.
When they first turned it on, it was determined that there was a small, tiny, but not zero chance that it would create a quantum singularity that would swallow up the entire universe in less than a blink of an eye. Nevertheless, they decided to turn it on anyway, and here we all are. Right.
And so now they're like, well, let's discuss how we can make things just vanish, Ted, by using antimatter.
Manolo, what could go wrong?
What can go wrong? But at least it'll be in Dusseldorf. I mean, do you think if the scientists in Dusseldorf expand on this, would the antimatter just destroy the matter that's in like near proximity or within Dusseldorf? Would it get to Munich?
Look, honestly, you're talking about 92. Well, it depends on how much antimatter there is. But whatever amount there is, you just risk losing it. That's all.
Right.
Nothing bad will happen.
It's 1-to-1. It's 1-to-1.
Nothing will happen, really. It'll just be gone.
Right. That particle, I guess.
Well,
we can imagine a particle.
Clump, let's say there's a gram, then that gram will
we
be
can
gone.
imagine a particle. That's the thing. Like anything smaller than that, you're like, huh?
Well, it's not.
So it's like one-to-one.
This is literally a subatomic particle, right? Because an atom is made.
But we can't imagine. The human mind can't imagine. The nucleus of the atom
is composed of a proton of protons, a certain number of protons, certain number of neutrons. Those form the nucleus, and then around that is usually a same number of electrons as there are protons. Usually.
Yeah. This, like it's too hard for the average American, such as myself, to grasp, because you want to picture. I try to picture things, so all I can imagine is like let's say a little dust particle that I can actually see, and then there's a negative dust particle that's the antimatter, and they touch each other and they're poof gone. So that's because I want to picture it. But anyway, so that's the weird story out of fucking science.
It's a very weird story.
Unlike this guy who defies science.
He is science. He's our new science.
He defies science. One last one.
He's my antimatter.
One last one.
Vanita Shukla, judicial staffer from Philbit in India's Uttar Pradesh state, swooned on February 22nd while doing housework, and found herself rushed to a local hospital. As one does. Due to the severity of her condition, she was then referred to a more advanced medical facility in Bareilly, where doctors performed a series of tests and ultimately found that, much like the average American, she was brain dead. After discussing with the doctors, Vanita's husband learned that there was no hope that she would ever regain consciousness because her brainstem reflexes were absent and her consciousness level was at 3 points on the Glasgow coma scale compared to the 15 points of a fully awake person. So the poor woman's family decided to have her discharged and started getting ready for her funeral. As the ambulance was driving on the motorway near Hafizganj, it hit a large pothole, causing a powerful jerk. You can probably see where this story is going. Vanita's husband immediately noticed that she had begun breathing normally right after the jolt, and her condition only improved from there. After being taken back to the hospital, Vanita, I don't know if I'd want to go to the same hospital, Manila. I think I'd be like, I'll take another hospital, any other hospital. Vanita Shukla baffled the doctors who had previously given her no chance of recovery. Idiots. She has since returned home, is awake, talking to her family members, playing cornhole every day, and they had been preparing for her last rites just a few days earlier. The jolt from hitting the pothole, obviously, is credited for shocking her back into consciousness, but many on social media point out that this is a 1 in a million anomaly. No shit, social media people. A freak occurrence that doesn't make up for the thousands of lives claimed by pothole-related accidents in India.
Thousands of lives.
Also, no shit. No one's on Team Pothole, morons. Meanwhile, between 2020 and 2024, potholes cost 9,438 deaths, and her miraculous recovery could not make up for that. Duh. But that's not the point, though. The point is that a heavy jolt is what's caused. So obviously,
so it shook her back to life.
Basically, she got CPR'd by the pothole. That's what happened. You've learned how to do CPR, right? I'm sure you have. Yeah. You're the kind of person who would. So, you give someone a big jolt.
I even have CPR masks at home.
Okay, all right. So that's what happened. She got CPR'd.
But I don't think that's what happened.
Doctors were too retarded to do it. But
I think the ambulance hit that big pothole and went ka-thunk, and it shook her, right?
Yeah.
And it shook her brain. So basically, it's like the opposite of shaken baby syndrome. This is like, you shake them. Bro, wake up, bitch.
Yeah, but
like that.
I think look, shaking your brain's never going to help you. It's never good for you. But it's her heart that got shaken. That's what happened.
Is that what you think?
Yeah, it has to be.
Like it somehow startled her, even though she was unconscious.
It didn't startle her. It's the same thing. Look in the CPR thing. The person's lying down.
Yeah,
you administer CPR and you use your fist and you go boom, boom.
Yeah,
boom.
You have to almost break ribs.
Almost break ribs, right? But it's hard. So that's what happened to her. That's why it jolted her back to life.
So
it's like a defibrillator.
She's on that gurney.
Boom, right?
So you think she's on that gurney in the back of the ambulance and it hits the pothole and she's like thunk thunk.
Yes, that's exactly what I think happened.
And her body just went clunk clunk clunk. And
the lesson here isn't to not fill potholes. The lesson is maybe check 316 or 500 times before you declare someone dead. Maybe try CPR, fuckers. They didn't try CPR, obviously.
Just what a weird. But I don't know. Just what a weird. It's just a
so
weird
what
story.
This story reminds me of, and even though, bear with me because it doesn't sound like it's related, but it is related. So I had a friend who flew on one of the world's safest airlines, Air Tajikistan. I'm being facetious.
Sounds great.
From on a old Tupolev 154 Soviet plane from Dushanbe, Tajikistan to Tehran. En route, the pilot came on and announced to the entire plane, "We have some bad news. The landing gear is refusing to deploy, so we're going to have to do an emergency crash landing at Tehran International Airport. They're going to have to foam the runway, and we're going to come down on our belly, and hopefully, we won't all die." Then the pilot comes back on, and right around this time, Iranian MiGs appear on both wings, basically just escorting escort the plane. And the pilot says, "We're being refused landing at Tehran. They've just remodeled Khomeini International Airport, and they don't want us to crash in and blow up our plane."
You're gonna fuck up Khomeini Airport.
Yeah, Khomeini Airport's we just had we just had rehab. You get the fuck out. So they were escorted out of Iranian airspace, and they were forced to return to Dushanbe. En route, the pilot says, "I'm very sorry. I'm going to burn off all of the fuel I can before we land, but I should tell you, we're going to die today. This plane there's no foam at Dushanbe. There's no way to foam the runway. We're going to come in hot, no wheels, and we're going to break up upon impact. This is a Tupolev 154 from the 50s. We're not going to make it."
Oh my God.
And so I advise you to say goodbye to your family, make your peace with Allah, and then we're going to go. So anyway, they circled. Things got really quiet. People were kissing their children goodbye, saying, "I'll see you in heaven. I love you." And then they start coming in, and he sees on this clear, beautiful day, fire trucks and and ambulances from all over Central Asia, right? From Uzbekistan, from Turkmenistan, from all over. And
all the stands,
Kazakhstan, because this crisis has been going on for hours. And anyway, they come in, they hit a huge pocket of turbulence, and it's bam! And the pilot comes back on and goes, "Good news, everybody. That just knocked our landing gear down. We're going to make a normal landing."
Holy shit.
Just like the lady. It was a pothole in the sky.
What the fuck? So yeah, so there you go. Like just like when infants, like anyone smaller than a toddler, right? If they're choking, you don't want to stick your finger down their throat to try to save them.
No.
You want to put them over your arm and bang them on the back really fucking hard. That's how you see like
not too hard, but
not too hard to kill it, but hard, like harder than you would bang the back of a baby that, you know, a baby, like.
Sure.
But if they're choking, that's how you unchoke.
That's right. You have to.
You put them over your arm and face forward, and you bang their backs really hard, and it gets things dislodged. So something dislodged for Vanita, and God bless. She's a month later. She was almost fucking cremated, Ted, and holy shit! Like now she's like back at home. Maybe this is a stunt so she doesn't have to clean the house anymore. Just saying.
Could be.
Telling her husband, "Look, fucker, you need to do more around the house."
And he'll be like, "Lady, I am already professional quadriplegic cornhole champion of Uttar Pradesh. Please to fuck off."
I don't know. Oh my God. You create the vindaloo. I create the cornhole, and I bring home the rupees. Be quiet. You are alive now.
You're quiet. You go into kitchen now.
You go make the
naan. Do not complain. Oh, I was dead. If not for pothole, I would still be dead. Yes. Okay. Fine. Shut up.
That's probably exactly what happened. So, anyway, I warned you guys at the top that this is Weird News Wednesday. Everything is weird.
Yeah,
everything is weird. Everything is
By the way, speaking of weird, and we do have to go. Have you seen how many fucking meteors are falling out of the sky? I mean,
there was a big one in Ohio.
Well, there was a huge one in Ohio, but they're also they're falling all over the country. People are getting like bits of meteorites falling through their ceilings in their house.
I saw.
It's almost like if you don't have a meteor falling on you, you're being left out. You're being ignored. You're being dissed.
I don't know what's happening.
A house without a meteor falling on it is not a true American house these days.
Something is happening. But you know what? This shit has been happening in Russia for the last decade.
That's true.
Russia seems to be like
now it's
the spot. Or it was the meteor hot spot. But now, I don't know.
That
now
side of the planet was facing the meteors, and now it's our side. It's our turn. That's science.
Why didn't the poles flip or something like a year or two ago? There was like a story about
not completely, because that would be the end of the universe. Oh, the end of
right.
The
Well, there was something. There was something I forget.
There's been a polarity, not a reversal, but like sort of a semi-reversal.
Or like it was spinning. Something about spinning. I don't know. I have to look that up. But I remember because I was at the Sputnik studios when that story broke, and I was like, "What is happening to the Earth's?" It's not, I don't know. In my mind, it was like, is that like Earth spinning in a different rotation?
It could be the rise of professional. I think the rise of professional cornholery is causing like a magnetic, all the cornhole bags being thrown in the same direction is affecting the polarity of the Earth.
This guy.
It's all him.
It's all this guy. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like the answers are here.
I also really want to know if I'm watching that trial every day. We're going to cover it live here.
Ted is going to be the official correspondent. I'm telling you, you have found your calling.
OJ. This is the trial of the 21st century.
You have found your calling, Ted. Just saying.
Oh, I know. I know.
Stay tuned.
I'm going down
Watch
there.
this space.
I'm going down to Virginia.
Ted Roll right there.
I'm meeting with him.
Oh, that's true. He's here. So watch this space.
I might have to send you. I might have to dispatch you over there because you're in situ.
I don't want to cover cornhole. I'm not going to cover cornhole.
You're not covering cornholing. You're covering. No. You're covering.
I'm not going to cover the
alleged murder.
Killer.
Alleged.
I'm not interested.
Vehicular murder, cornhole, and
no,
body
it's not
disposal.
Vehicular murder because he didn't run anybody over. He shot a guy.
Vehicularly based. Shooting, allegedly shot, probably innocent, it looks like a setup, clearly. Like he was framed.
I'm calling him the Cornhole Killer. I'm not interested
What
in
about
him.
those two buttheads who ran away? Where's their fucking loyalty? I mean, a man has no
they
arms.
They don't want none of that smoke. They jumped out of the car.
They have arms and legs. They didn't even help him dispose of the body.
No, they fucking jumped out of the car and was like, "Fuck you, crazy
they're like,
guy. I'm out of here.
Fuck you." That's ridiculous.
No, they got out. Those are not ride or die friends.
No.
And good. No. So good on them.
Yeah,
well, good on them.
Yeah, don't call me.
I don't want to participate.
I don't need friends who wouldn't help me dispose of a body after I shoot them with my stones.
Still impressed. I don't want to give him too much credit, but still kind of.
You don't want to give him too much credit.
Kind of impressive.
What do you mean you don't want to give him too much credit? You have to give him credit.
It's kind of impressive, but I don't want to give him that kind of credit. I just don't.
Who would deserve credit? Who does deserve that kind of credit?
I'm not gonna say anything nice about the Cornhole Killer and his bad haircut.
Alleged Cornhole Killer.
We'll talk about this another day.
This may all be a misunderstanding. It could be a case of mistaken identity. It could be a random quadriplegic Virginian cornhole maniac who set him up. In fact, I suspect that's almost certainly the case.
It's a setup. They were trying to bring down the king of cornhole.
You will always be king of cornhole. All right.
What has this show devolved into today? I don't know.
I knew I was going to.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, everybody.
No apologies.
I'm sorry.
Go with cornhole. Go with God.
See you guys tomorrow. Bye.